Hi, I'm Ken Kramer. Trains have been part of the San Diego landscape for more than 100 years. For many of those years, the story has been one of struggle and unrealized potential.
But today, thanks to NAFTA, our natural deep-water harbor, and proximity to growing markets and resources in Mexico, San Diego is becoming one of the busiest ports on the Pacific Coast. To understand the significance of this, we only need look back 100 years to turn-of-the-century San Diego. Though it was an exciting time, we were constantly in the shadow of more prosperous cities like Los Angeles and San Francisco, whose booming success was a direct result of the Transcontinental Railroad which reached both cities.
San Diego wanted its share of the dream, but without a direct link to the east, it would remain just a dream. That is, until a man named Spreckels came to town.
John Diedrich Spreckels arrived in San Diego in 1887 as a land speculator. He was the son of Klaus Spreckels, the San Francisco sugar king. This assured him respect and influence and the financial means to leave his mark on this sleepy seaside town. He quickly became a civic leader and an important benefactor to the city. He donated money to build several area landmarks, including Spreckels Theater, Belmont Park, the Hotel del Coronado, and the outdoor pipe organ and pavilion in Balboa Park. Even the building that houses the Botanical Gardens was Spreckels. Its wood-lath construction covers the steel frame of a railroad station donated by Spreckels for the exposition. But it was as a businessman that Spreckels left his mark by helping build an infrastructure that improved the lot of San Diego's businesses and citizens alike. He founded San Diego's first national bank. He built a streetcar system. He created the Otay Water District, the first project to deliver an abundant water supply to San Diego. But his most ambitious project was his freight and passenger railroad, the San Diego and Arizona line. Spreckels spent a great deal of time and effort and vast sums of his personal fortune to build an eastern line to connect San Diego to Yuma, Arizona and points east. Skeptics called it the Impossible Railroad because it covered some of the toughest and most hostile terrain in the American West, terrain that rail empires like Santa Fe and Union Pacific shied away from. With 17 tunnels and 13 trestle bridges, it is easy to see why this railroad was, in its day, the most expensive length of track ever built. It took an impressive engineering feat and the iron will of John Spreckels to complete it. 140 miles of line in 13 grueling years. Events, natural and man-made, continually plagued the rail's operation. Though Spreckels saw it completed, it would never achieve the success he had envisioned for it. San Diego's great railroad builder died in 1926. His heirs sold full control of the line to the Southern Pacific Railway in 1933.
You can almost feel John Spreckels' ghost stirring out here at the museum's eastern hub at Campo. Once a part of the main line of the old San Diego and Arizona Eastern Railroad, it is now home to a vast collection of train and rail memorabilia, and it is here that the real work of the museum is carried out.
This is the Carrizo Gorge, Spreckels' private business car. Named after a deep gorge on his railroad, it's one of the most important pieces the museum owns. It's currently being cleaned, stripped, and restored as volunteer efforts and funding permit. In early 1996, a 5-year restoration project came to a successful completion when the Baldwin engine, Southern Pacific number 2353, rolled down the tracks under its own steam power for the first time in 40 years. More than just a relic of bygone days, this workhorse is being put to good use, pulling excursion trains between Campo and Tecate, Mexico. These tourist trains are a big draw for visitors and are often sold out months in advance. Volunteers have raised a new building that will one day house the many artifacts that have been donated to or collected by the museum. Partnering with a local fraternal organization, the San Diego Rail Museum and the IOF Foresters are building a children's interactive park at Campo, a place for kids to play and learn about trains and transportation history. The museum's western office at the Santa Fe Depot in downtown San Diego has become a valued partner in the city's growing port district. We are a strong supporter of railroading in the Southern California region. Our goal is to educate the community, not just about our past, but about our future and the promise rail technology holds for international trade and public transit in the years ahead. Everywhere you look, the museum is reaching out in relevant ways, thanks to the support of the community and the skillful contribution of our volunteers.
John Spreckles would be in awe of the city that San Diego has become, but I doubt he'd be surprised at the role railroading continues to play in its development. He was, after all, one of the original believers, but he is by no means the last.